Friends, hello. We're talking about Sundial growers. Thank you for being here listening to me yap. But at this time, it is apparent that we talk about Sundial growers, Sndl ticker for them. So friends, talking about a few different things here with Sundial. Listen, this is not a hit piece of a video. I like Sundial. I'm rooting for Sundial. Let's just go ahead and put that out there because there's already someone typing. They're going to be typing about things we're going to be saying here. But first things first, quarterlies for this year so far for Sundial have actually started to straighten out. They've actually been better than we've seen in the past here. They're not like life-changing fantastic here, but they are better. They're getting somewhere here. Now, Sundial is a huge distributor of cannabis and liquor. This is pretty much, their main bread and butter right now. Obviously, they bought into, selling liquor here. And this is kind of, what we're going to say here about Sundial is that, a lot of people, there's a joke on the street where they don't even call Sundial an actual cannabis company anymore. They just call it the hedge fund company because they keep buying up other companies. And this is kind of what the CEO is obsessed with right now. And there's people that are very for what he's doing, and there's people who are very against, at this point, what he's doing because he just keeps buying up other companies. Now, it's paid off here. We're starting to see, money roll in from it. But it's been a slow trickle down effect. Now, the issue is Sundial going to survive this trickle down effect, or are we going to see another reverse split? Which brings us right to our next topic here. Now, Sundial themselves, let me get this straight here. Sundial, the actual physical company, is not talking about a reverse split at this moment. As of me making this video, if you're watching this later on, please look, but maybe it's too late. I don't know. Obviously, last year, around this time last year, Sundial had a reverse split. And if you were there, and it hurt a lot of people. A lot of people got caught up in it. We saw it coming, and, Sundial was not able to get above $1, and NASDAQ came a-knocking, and they had to take a reverse split. Now, this analyst, I found this article, and this is kind of interesting. I have not been able to track down that this is happening, not happening. Like I said, Sundial has made no mention of this. Now, this analyst out here, and I use analysts very slight here, but they're saying that they believe that Sundial will just have another reverse stock split here this year, this July, because the stock is still falling apart. Even if it doesn't go below $1, they think there's just too many shares out there, and Sundial will come out and say unannounced that tomorrow they're going to do a reverse stock split. So that's not odd for companies to do that. Plenty of companies have been doing that, and they do that. So is that possible? Absolutely. So what does that do? That brings more fear and devastation to the stock as of right now. Now, am I saying this is going to happen? I don't think it's happening. We're not finding any actual news from Sundial saying it. But then again, like I just said, most companies will not pre-warn of a stock split themselves. It'll be a 24-hour notice, and by the time you find out, it's already happened, because they don't want to bring devastation to their stock even more. They don't want everybody just selling out huge and then buying back in, and then you have people getting hurt and people getting mad, and the stock manipulation is going on, and it turns into a bloodbath on the streets here with the stock. Saying that, what do we see here for Sundial? Sundial finally, sadly a little too late at this point, but is starting to have better quarterlies. So this is something to look forward to. They are starting to have better quarterlies. I don't think it's too late, but here's what we do know is that cannabis in general right now is just not doing hot on the stock exchange. It really hasn't been. I mean, it had its moments here a few years ago when everyone was like really concerned about buying it because they thought it was going to be the next big thing, and then turns out it just didn't really pay off. And with that came a million cannabis companies. It's I somewhat say the cannabis sector was almost like finding oil. Everyone was starting an oil company. Then there came after cannabis, there came the EV market. The EV market, everyone with $1 billion was starting an EV company. And we're starting to see a lot of EV companies start to fail at this point because, they started and then they couldn't get anywhere. So Sundial actually has beat out a lot of cannabis companies. They've bought up a lot of cannabis companies. We've been watching them buy up companies here the past 2-3 years, which, like I said, is why people they make the joke that Sundial has just become the company that buys other companies here. So friends, two big things here with Sundial that, may bring hope to this stock here is that obviously it's legal. Cannabis is legal in Canada, everywhere. It's a big place, but United States is going to be one of their biggest markets. And when the United States is really pushing cannabis more, and it's legalized in every state, and not with rules when, why, who, with, where, what time, district zone you live in with the doctor's note. When all that stuff starts to fade away and disappear, and whether that's a year from now or that is 10 years from now, we don't know. Obviously, Democrats are for pushing cannabis, and Republicans obviously are against it. Some of them, most of them, the ones that are in charge, the old guys. So that's going to hurt cannabis in the long run. Now, does that mean it's going to go under? No, obviously cannabis is here to stay. It's just one of those things. How long are you willing to wait in cannabis, and which cannabis companies are going to survive just the timing of hitting the market right, where they start to really show massive numbers? It's a waiting game at this point. I think Sundial needs to come out with more quarterlies here. I think really gonna have to finish out this year in quarterlies. They just started to have okay quarterlies for the first time, to where they're starting to get people's attention. That reverse stock split they had not long ago did a little bit of damage and scared off a lot of people. And who knows, we could see another stock split here in the future. Hopefully a reverse stock split would not be good. These are just elements that I believe are still scaring off a lot of investors, and why we're just seeing a downtrend in the stock month by month, and it's just not getting better. So will Sundial make it? I believe they will make it. They're trying to make it. They're buying up every other company, and they're investing tons of money in who they are as a company for their bread and butter. Investors are losing patience, and it's just, Sundial has taken a lot of change over here the past few years, and it's still Sundial, but it's changed a lot. So friends, let me know what you think here about Sundial. I realize I didn't look at a chart here. Like I said, everything I just said, I really think that matters. We can look at stock charts all day long, but it really boils down to how much money a company is making at the present, how much they're projected to make, and what's down the pipe stream. Sundial is not a company that's making deals with other big companies to distribute their product. They do it all their own, selling their own products, so they're at the mercy of the market. And the cannabis market is just, it's not been hot lately like it has been, especially on the stock exchange. So it's still there, but for people buying the actual cannabis stocks and for retail purposes, it's just, we're hoping for better here. We're hoping for better. So friends, I still think we need to watch Sundial. It is something to watch for the near future. I'm hoping they can turn things around here. I'm hoping that Sundial can organically start to walk back up into at least a high dollar range here, into a $2 range. That would be phenomenal, because none of us want to see another reverse stock split, and I hope that does not take place. I really do. That would bury a lot of people that are already buried in this stock. So friends, I wish you all the well, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.